Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Thanks for checking out the channel, where today we're going to be talking about vignetting and using vignettes in your edits. We're specifically going to look at why you shouldn't really be using the vignette tool in Lightroom and how you can use some other tools to achieve a much more dramatic and impactful effect. So, if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you do find these tips useful. Anyway, let's dive into Lightroom and have a look at some of these tools. So I'm going to use 3 photos to demonstrate these tools, and each one is going to be different. So hopefully this gives you plenty of options and it'll show how it's applicable in a lot of different scenarios. So vignettes are typically used to draw attention or focus to a particular part of the image. But the trouble with vignettes is that they're quite unrealistic because you'll start to add a vignette to your particular photo. So if I just scroll down here and just apply just a normal vignette using the vignette tool, then you can see here that although it's darkening these areas around the wall, it's also creating a lot of dark areas around this image where you would naturally have sunlight and daylight streaming through. And this now makes this particular photo look unrealistic, which in my mind is something I want to get away from. I want this image to look as if you're kind of standing in this viewpoint looking at this lighthouse, and I want to use the same principle as a vignette to draw your eye to the areas of the photo that I want to emphasize. So we can do this by using linear and radial filters or masks within Lightroom. So let's start by emphasizing the lighthouse and by creating a bit more atmosphere in the shot. So if we go to our mask option here, and I'm just going to create a new mask, and let's have a look at linear gradients. So you can see here this was shot around golden hour. There's some nice light coming into the top of the frame, and I can use a vignette here or a vignette effect by basically just emphasizing the light seeping in to this particular composition. So here I'm just going to increase the exposure slightly. I'm going to warm it up just using the temperature slider here, and I might just increase the saturation of that ever so slightly. And you can see here that is now casting a somewhat artificial beam of light towards this particular lighthouse, but this doesn't look unnatural in my opinion. This looks like something you would experience if you were stood there. And you can also do this in a more contrasting way by using a linear gradients in a way to darken certain areas of the image. So around this wall at the bottom here, we might want to darken this just to again draw our eye closer into the middle where this lighthouse is. So let's grab another linear gradient and let's draw it up from the bottom. This time dropping the exposure. We can also desaturate it slightly, maybe increase the contrast. And you can see now that these two contrasting gradients, one using a slightly higher exposure, one very underexposed, just enables you to look at this particular shot in a much more composed way, where we can see the lighthouse is the subject and the gradients are framing it really nicely. Now in this next image, which was shot at a place called Chirk Castle in Wales, and it's just this little vignette looking through a particular archway at this little courtyard. And we can use a radial filter here to create a vignette effect, but with much more control over where we want that particular vignette to take effect. So again, let's just click on this particular tool here. This time, much like a vignette, we're going to draw it over the area of the image that we want it to affect. And for me, I just want the actual courtyard through the door to be the thing that we're focusing on. And I want the areas in shadow to be affected by the vignette. So I'm going to invert this particular filter. We're going to feather it slightly just to make it less drastic. And I'm just going to increase this central portion here just to make sure that nothing outside of this arch is being affected, and we're just going to bring the exposure down. Now, a great thing about using this particular tool as opposed to the vignette tool is that we can actually subtract from this particular gradient if we want to. So by clicking on this subtract button, you can then select a brush, and if there's just particular areas around the door that you just want to delete the mask from, then again, you can easily do it just like this, just to make sure that the areas in shadow remain really dark and underexposed, and everywhere where the light is hitting in this frame is going to be nicely framed and accentuated. So if we just look at this preview, you can see here this just really draws our eye into the frame, into this central portion where we want the eye to go. And in this final example, which is kind of like an environmental style portrait where there's a subject in the middle and we really just want to draw our eye into the subject, into the details on the jacket, it's difficult in these types of scenes because you have grasses, you have, branches creeping in. It's quite a busy scene, so we can use those linear gradients again just to draw our eye in. So I'm going to add a linear gradient here. I'm just going to drop that exposure. Then we're going to add a second one over on this side. And again, just drop that exposure. And in my mind, this isn't unrealistic because there are going to be areas, around the trees, in between the branches, in between the blades of grass, where you might naturally find shadows. So again, we're just emphasizing the central portion of the frame, and we're just going to basically get rid of negative space that is going to distract from that. And again, we can use the brush tool to subtract any areas of these particular gradients that we don't want impacted. So like around the tote bag at the bottom here, if we just wanted to make sure that that wasn't getting, darkened, because again, we have to think about the three-dimensional aspect of our photos, because the subject here is behind these blades of grass. Kind of the perspective is leading through the particular photo, so this area of the bag might not necessarily look like it is in front. So again, we just want to make sure that that perspective isn't lost. And then if we just hit done and preview that, then this is a much better way to draw the eye into the particular frame. So just some really simple tips there on how you can create more impact and more depth within your compositions, within your photos, and how you can get away from using the standard vignette tool and go towards something that is a bit more lifelike and that's going to have way more impact for the people that are looking at your photos. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, if you did find it helpful, if you enjoy the channel, make sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up, just to make sure that this video gets to as many people as possible who are looking for more tips on improving their editing workflow. It really does help get the video to the right people, so I really appreciate you guys taking a second to do that. If you did find this helpful, then make sure to also leave a comment down below. Absolutely love to hear from you guys. So if you've found value in this, then do let me know, and I can then look at maybe doing more videos in this particular topic moving forward. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.